All right. So, what's the secret sauce to success? If you have followed our journey, you may have asked us or have been wondering what keeps us going, because a lot of people ask us that question. It's probably the number one thing is people ask, when are you guys going to stop? When are you going to stop working and hustling and doing all of the things? And to be completely honest, that's not even in our blood or in our future. Now, what I thought of though, as people continue to ask us this, is why do you feel that we should slow down? And it got me to thinking about three things that hold us back. And these three things have all affected me in some way, shape, or form in the past. And I thought it would be cool to just dig right in and discuss them. I've read a lot of books that have helped me continue to grow. I have been in a funk before. I have been in a position where I didn't want to keep going. I was like, screw it. I'm going to go work for somebody else again. So glad I didn't go that route, but, or we wouldn't be here having this conversation today. So the three things that I think you can immediately do that hold us back and that you can actually take action to fix today are the following. The first one is limiting beliefs. And I have read so many books. I've done a ton of coaching. They all have some sort of aspect that discusses limiting beliefs. And I think what's really hard is sometimes we don't really understand limiting beliefs when we first start to hear about this term. And that's really what I wanted to dig into today is understanding just what a limiting belief is. And a limiting belief can be you're basically telling yourself you can't do something, but a lot of times it's subconscious. You don't even know why you feel the way that you do about something. And so the very first thing you can do to remove a limiting belief is, let's say you are telling yourself you can't earn $1 million, or you don't deserve to net $1 million or $1 billion or whatever it is. First of all, walk into the mirror right now and tell yourself you deserve this every level of success that you've ever thought of, that you could, even more than you can even fathom. And you have to tell yourself you have to believe this. And that's the definition. The limiting beliefs is you're holding yourself back because of a belief. Most of these beliefs are infused in us in childhood. Somebody that we were heavily influenced by either made us feel that we weren't valuable enough to earn a certain amount, or we weren't good enough, or whatever it might be. You need to remove this from your thought process, and you need to be able to tell yourself that you do deserve that. One thing that's really easy for me when it comes to limiting beliefs is taking it off of me and bringing it to the person that I'm going to help because of the value that I bring. And so, for example, if you're in sales or you're trying to get into real estate investing, which is a lot of what we coach around, just even understanding that you're helping somebody versus them. I think sometimes it's like, we don't deserve it. Why would they sell their house to me? Or why would they work with me? And instead, we need to really evaluate what's the value proposition that we bring to them. So go in the mirror and tell yourself, I need to help so-and-so because I'm going to provide so much value by giving them the solution to get them out of their house, to help them remove the maintenance that they don't want to do anymore. Whatever it might be, sell yourself on the value that you provide. That way, when you pick up the phone to call or you're door knocking or whatever business you're in, I can help you navigate how to remove that limiting belief. But now you've created a value for a client. And if you want to help people, which if you don't want to help people, stop watching my videos because I don't know any other way to do business. That's the only way I believe to do business is by helping others, which is why I do these videos. But basically, if you can provide so much value for somebody else, I can promise you your bank account's going to grow because you're helping other people. You're helping them solve problems. And the better problem solver you are, the more money you're going to make. And naturally, you're going to grow. All right. So the next thing is to not over plan. So item number 2 that I think holds you back is when people plan to the point of not even doing anything at all. And what I mean by this is a lot of times people ask me and Brad, they're like, oh, you just bought X property. Is that going to be a short-term rental? Is it going to be a long-term rental? Are you going to live in it? And me and Brad both look at each other. We're like, holy shit, we have no idea. We knew it was a good deal. And we'll figure out the details later. But what happens is when you get into this paralysis, analysis paralysis, I've heard before, analysis paralysis, where you overanalyze things to the point of not doing anything at all. And here's the thing. If Brad and I didn't didn't put offers out there. No, not all of our offers, all of our deals have been slam dunks. We've had a lot of really phenomenal slam dunks. However, we can't look at the properties individually anymore. We look at the portfolio as a whole. So when we look about planning and we make an offer on something, we do have to quickly analyze that. And we know the foundational concepts of, okay, is this property going to perform to the point that we need it to, or where it'll make a good investment? We can quickly do that without getting too far into the weeds. And then once we've identified that, then we get into the details and we figure out, okay, let's run the numbers as a long-term rental, as a short-term rental, et cetera. But here's the thing. If you buy a property and you thought it was going to make a 10% ROI and it ends up making a 4% ROI, who cares? If you didn't do anything at all, you wouldn't have made anything at all. So is 4% better than zero? It sure is. And the cost of learning. There's a cost of learning a business, and you can pay to go to college. We use actual real estate as learning opportunities. Yes, we've made some mistakes. We've not realized some things, but honestly, it was okay because we learned it and we knew not to do it again. And either way that had to happen, we're just glad it happened quicker and sooner in the process. So don't overplan, just take action. Right now, for me, is literally living this, because I don't have any of my nice clothes here. I'm in Colorado at one of our vacation home in Colorado, and everything in me was like kind of feeling bummy today. And I don't have any nice clothes here. There's no reason for me to have nice clothes in Colorado. We literally ski and hike and do all of the fun things. But for me, imperfect action is better than over planning and perfect action. So just simply doing the activity and then getting more comfortable doing it over and over and over again, you're going to naturally get better at it. So if this is, for example, trying to find your first rental property, and I'm going to do a video next on 3 ways that you can find your next investment property without leaving your house. So stay tuned for that one. But really, you just taking action, just picking up the phone and doing that. I don't know if you guys have heard of Eat the Frog before, but basically do the hardest thing first in the day, because then the rest of your day is super productive because you got the hardest thing out of the way. So you don't spend the whole day dreading that one thing. Okay. And then finally, let me pull up my notes here. Oh, duh. My favorite one is take time for yourself. So we all get so freaking busy that we forget to take time out for ourselves. And a couple of things that I went to a conference recently, and Tristan, the speaker, mentioned scheduling time for reflection after certain activities. And none of us do that. I didn't do that until recently, until that conference. But you have to take time for yourself. And so when he mentioned taking time for reflection immediately after, that might be for me like my team meeting. Because if you go from your team meeting to another meeting, you didn't even have time to digest what happened and implement a plan to move forward with what happened in the team meeting. So yes, time blocking some time to reflect is important. And for me, I used to take an entire day. Thursdays were my day where I would literally lay in bed. I'd have my notebook, I'd have my planner, and I'd have my laptop. And it was honestly the most productive day. But I turned my phone on Do Not Disturb. I didn't check my email a whole lot. I did it like twice during the day. I tried to stay off social media. And I really just was together. Like I was alone in my thoughts, and I was able to business plan, and I was able to write out what was important to me. And in all reality, remembering why you're doing something for yourself and your family is what's going to keep you motivated and allow you to wake up the next morning wanting to do it more. And when we don't have anything, if we don't get the reward of some downtime or things that we love, you train yourself to work, and there's no reward. So then what feeling do you have toward working? It's negative instead of a positive. Whereas if you work, and then you reward yourself with something awesome, like for us, we go to Mexico a lot, we go to Arizona, we do ski trips, my son does BMX. Like we've worked really hard I've been working since I was 14 years old. So I am almost 36 in 2 weeks. So I've been working a lot. And if you don't reward yourself, you're going to feel burnt out. And in order for you not to feel burnt out, you have to take that time. Now, for me, I enjoy working. I enjoy brainstorming. So my day off, my day on Thursdays actually I am rejuvenated and I actually get more motivated by sitting and doing business activities on Thursday. I know, call me crazy. It's weird. It is what it is, but that's what rejuvenates me. That's what empowers me. That's what makes me continue to be a good mom, a good wife, etc. And when I don't get those days, I start to feel stressed. I'm a stressed out mom. I'm a stressed out wife. I'm snapping at people, and that's no way to live. And as soon as that starts happening again, I know I need to have some alone time. I need to spend some time by myself. Now, if you're working full time, something that you may want to do is pick a night where one is for your significant other, one night is for you. And that, your significant other takes the kids for the evening. And, or I've also heard, I can't remember where I heard this, but there was a married couple, and they would basically lock themselves in the bedroom, and it was almost like they weren't home. That way they didn't have to spend money going anywhere. But you could literally say, like, mom's not available. She's not home right now. But then mom gets to lock herself in the bedroom, and, dad plays video games with the kids, or whatever it might look like for your family. Go, to the park, ride bikes, whatever it might be. You guys get the point. But setting aside time and making sure you duplicate that for your spouse or your significant other, so that you both get that time and you get to rejuvenate. Because really, Brad and I have learned that our life, and when you talk about financial freedom, it's not just financially free. It's not just I can do what I want and I have the finances to do it. It's our marriage is stronger because of what we've created. Our family dynamic is stronger because of what we've created. And that's what we are trying to help others create. It's changed our whole, you guys, I get emotional a lot talking about it, but I really want you to be able to implement some of these things into your own lives, because it's possible. And I feel like we all get so busy when we're like, oh, if I take time off, I'm not going to make, I need to go on that appointment, or I need that income. But I promise you'll make more when you're revived and you feel good. So it's worked for me 100% of the time, and it's never held me back. It's always leveled me way forward. So I hope this information helps. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a couple more videos. One is how to find an investment property without leaving your house. And I'm also going to do a couple more videos just about marriage and how me and Brad work together. And hopefully I can get him on some of those videos too. We're in 2 different places again right now. So I'm recording videos, but we're going to be recording our podcast here in a few minutes. So thanks for tuning in. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. And if there's any topics you'd like to dig into with us, we'd love to hear them. You could comment, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, Building Legacy Wealth, our Facebook group, Building Legacy Wealth. And we have very open conversations. We're very vulnerable in that group, and comfortable since it's a small setting. So thanks for tuning in.